And now I'm moving on to introduce our speaker, Artem, who helps many companies as an organizational coach on agile frameworks, approaches, actively shares experience by speaking at conferences and by providing workshops. He is a founder and producer of Simplicity Day conferences, one of the biggest in Ukraine, focused on hot topics from QA and Agile were presented by top practitioners in a simple way. You can see Artem holds so many certifications regarding to Agile, and he is our guest speaker in Canadian West Coast chapter. So please welcome Artem to the stage. Artem, stage is yours.
Oh, thank you. Thank you for invitation. First of all, it's a great pleasure for me to speak even in this late time. So it's a good experience and a good opportunity to share my thoughts and experience about scaling Agile with you guys. I'll be very happy to receive some feedback, any kind of feedback. Feedback is a gift. So please do during my speech or after my speech. It will be really appreciated. Now I will share my screen and I want to make sure that everything is okay. So can you see my screen?
Yes, we can.
Yeah, awesome. So let's start. The full name of this speech is How and Why Not to Scale Agile, no matter which framework are you using or on which hypothesis you are currently thinking to scale up, because it's very popular to scale up Agile. One slide about me. So yeah, as Aina said, I'm managing partner and agile coach at Simplesense. We're helping companies, teams to work more efficiently by coaching and consulting them sometimes. In the past, I was a QA engineer, so I'm quality assurance guy, and sometimes everything is broken around. So it's still with me. It's kind of my karma maybe after this. And I was the best QA of Ukraine by kind of IT Oscar in Ukraine, IT Awards 2015. Also have my training center for QA engineers as QA in the past. A lot of different certifications from Scrum Alliance, Scrum.org, Lean Kanban University, which is now Kanban University. And sometimes I'm guest lecturer at Kyiv Mogila Business School on MBA program. And I'm a happy husband and father of two. So I have a daughter and son. I've built a house and planted a tree. My MVP of first half of life is done, according to my definition of done, and now I can share my experience with you. So what is an agile organization for you or to you? What if I will say like, I'm working in agile organization, what will be your first thoughts? Please form some short 1-2 sentence pitch just individually, somewhere maybe in notepad or in your head maybe. Now you can see the results of your voting. So plans are flexible, value to stakeholders, adaptable, ready to pivot, intelligence, flexible, adaptability, working software, easy to apply, iterations, flexibility, flexible, intelligence, turn chaos into order. Oh, really? Huh. Nice. I want this. Give me some agile, please. I want this silver bullet to turn chaos into order. Okay. Customer-centric, open to experiment, learn from errors. Yeah, absolutely. Nice. Thank you, guys. You can continue. After this speech, we will share slides with you, and I will make a screenshot of this web page of the final voting and share with you too in the final presentations. And now we can move forward. Thank you for this icebreaker warm-up, especially for those who joined. And let's go back to slides. So a little bit of history, just a little bit, just one slide. There were some discussion before Agile Manifesto was signed, what would be the name of the manifesto and this movement. And the first option was adaptive development. So it's really about adaptivity. So my appreciation to all who voted for adaptivity or more adaptive. It's really the core of idea. It's one of the core ideas to bring more adaptivity, which means easier to switch pivot direction of our initial plan. Yeah, another name was Agile, another name was Flexible, and after the voting for the best option, they've choose Agile, and now we know this family of frameworks as Agile frameworks, or someone call it Agile methodologies, but it's not absolutely clear that it's methodologies. And there were nothing about fast or more productive or cheaper or something like that. Sorry, no, nothing about faster, cheaper, twice in the same budget. No, not about it. But many companies who've been successful in their business domain and successful for many years, 20, 30, 40, 50 years, they are looking for innovations, you know, someone on the top sitting and say like, we need innovations, how we can bring more innovative products in our portfolio, how we can be faster than our competitors with new ideas. And usually a lot of them start asking consultants. Maybe you also have seen such stories in your company, or maybe in company of your friend or someone else. And after short talk with these consultants, quite often they can see these slides. I'm really interested in who of you have seen these models as proposition to implement in your company, or maybe in your previous company. Like, if you want to be more innovative, just start with design thinking, design sprints, sometimes design think, some lean startup. And then when you will find a market fit, you can do agile, and maybe you can do some DevOps on top of this agile, and you will get a faster development, faster hypothesis validation, and you will start from small pilot, you will deliver some MVP, and then you need just to scale this pilot. So just start from one small team, experiment with it, and then you will scale up. It's very easy approach. Please pay money for our consultancy on this bank account. Here is my invoice. Thank you. Good luck. Goodbye. Have you ever seen such scenarios? Yes, I say yes. Other people, yeah, fun work environment. Okay. You can just type plus or something like that to chat. I'm monitoring it. Okay, I believe that some of you definitely should seen it before. And we start our transformation. We start implementing Agile. So first we need a team. Yeah, what we know from Agile, you definitely need a team. And Agile teams differs from traditional teams. So we don't want this hierarchy, this pyramid from top to bottom. We want to be a part of a team, because now we're servant leader. We're not just previous manager type of manager. Now we're servant leader, and we're inside the circle. It should be another approach. What else do we know from Agile about teams? We want to work in cross-functional teams. Everyone talks that cross-functional teams are faster. The lead time of tasks which were being proceeded by cross-functional teams is not so big as for functional teams. There should be less of waiting waste if we will turn on our lean thinking. So cross-functional teams, what we exactly need. But we need to form these teams first. So let's think about our environment when we start to form these teams. We have some pool of people, yes, some human resources, as traditionally we call it. And we want to find some people for project A. Let's take these guys. Yeah, it would be a good cross-functional team. What if we need also to start and kick off project B? Do we have people? Do we have right people with right skills for this project? Let's try. Yeah, we have this guy, this girl, this guy, and this guy. Stop. But some of them already busy in project A. Yeah, but they are not fully busy, you know. They're just 20% of capacity involved in project A. So we can use another 20% in project B. Can we? Yeah, let's try. Why not? We've did it before, so it's agile or not. We're a quite unique company with great achievements in the past, and we have some success stories in the past. So why should we follow some small book, some, I don't know, 20 pages Scrum guide, really? No, no, no. We're a successful enterprise, big company, and we will a little bit tune this framework for our environment to be more successful and to have more suitable for our context, framework or methodology. So let's continue. We also have a project C. It's a very important technical project. Our chief technology officer put it as a first priority for next quarter. And we need some people there. Okay, let's take these 3 guys. And some another project. Okay, so this is a picture. Let's start do Agile. Let's do Agile. One moment, something wrong. Project manager, no, there are no project managers in Agile, really. We should have product owner, but where we can find the product owner? It should be accountable person with huge understanding and experience in our business domain, with good soft skills, negotiation skills, understanding how to work with risks. Let's start doing this. Yeah, and of course it's not projects anymore, it's products, because in Agile we are building product development, not project execution. So now it's project A, project B become product A, product B, and product Z. And we have product owner. Maybe it's the same guy, but he will a great product owner. He'll be a great product owner, definitely. And now we need a teams. We need teams. So we take some project group from previous slide with yellow arrows. But no, we're not using the term groups in Agile. We need teams. 1 second. Let's use teams. Okay. So now we have product A, list of tasks with priorities, list of tasks for product B and product Z. And we have 3 teams and they're cross-functional. We have different specialists there. Orange specialist in each team, purple in 2 teams because they need such skills for this context, for this project. Oh, sorry, product. Yeah, really, it's product, it's not project. How it could be? No, I'm still saying projects. Why so? Okay, doesn't matter. So these guys start working and it looks really agile. Maybe even someone with KPI or OKR for this year, like implement agile in organization, could put 1 instead of 0 and achieve first achievement for this year, and maybe it will be a good bonus in the end. But it's not for sure. Let's wait till the end of year. But it looks like that our agile transformation is on the good way, on a good move. What else do we need? We need some framework, and let's take Scrum, of course, because I've read some book by Sutherland. It's a red book, and they say like doing twice in the same time. If I will be an owner of a business, I'll definitely want to pay the same amount of money to the same people and get twice in outcome and output and in return of invested money. So why not? Let's try Scrum, they usually said. And what we can see next step, each team are working on some product with sprints. Every day they have daily Scrum, they have plannings, and they are working. Everything looks fine, yeah? Does anyone want to say about some maybe risks or problems on this slide or in such structure? What's the main poor guy with headphones? Yeah, it was a poor guy. Or maybe he is the most successful person in this company. He received a lot of appreciation and respect from people around. Artifacts. Oh, artifacts. Resource contention. Yeah. Tools. Okay, what else? Thank you for your activity. It's really important for speaker at such late time to make sure that I am not a radio DJ, you know, and I'm not speaking into the silence. So thanks a lot. Overutilization. Yeah, could be. A lot of time spent on meetings that than actual development. It will be a little bit later, but yes. Just great answer. Thank you, Jasprit. Thank you. Okay, I'll share my thoughts. So what was really changed? Way of working? We say that Agile is, way of working, another way of working. But do we really change way of working? Oh, Mauricio, you changed nomenclature, but not culture and organizational dynamics remain the same. Yeah, absolutely. So if to compare, we just changed the signs or nomenclature or some, I don't know, signatures or business cards, but nothing really changed. And let's think about one guy, not about the whole structure. Let's go deeper on the team level and look on the one guy, how this structure affects his productivity. So we have this structure, and you can see this guy is working in 3 teams. 20% here of time, 20% of capacity here, 60% of capacity here. And this girl, she's working in 2 teams in parallel. And this green guy working in 2 teams. Only these 2 team members are happy to work in 1 Scrum team. But it's for now, because they're quite utilized already. Maybe if they will have some free time, we can add another Scrum team with another important project. Oh, sorry, product, not a project. Yeah. So what this guy thinks about us as a managers who are scaling this agile for many teams in his organization. I'm not ready to share his thoughts because it could be a little bit brutal, but I can share with you his calendar. It's a typical calendar of senior developer in such company. So he has 3 teams and he has 3 sprints. In first team, he has Monday planning from 11 a.m. till 2 p.m. In second team, Scrum Team B, he has plannings on Wednesday from 11 a.m. till 2 p.m. And in Scrum Team Z, he has plannings on Thursday because our product owner could not be present in the plannings in parallel. So that's why we have sprints not synchronized and starting in different days of the week. And this guy should be present on each, or even must be present on each planning because he's a senior developer and knows a lot. And every day, every morning, of course, he should or even must be a part of a daily Scrum meeting at 9 a.m. in Team A, at 9:30 in Team B, and 9:45 in Team Z. And bi-weekly, he or she should be also present on review and retrospective meetings. On Fridays from 2 p.m. till 5 p.m. with first team, by Tuesdays 2 p.m. 5 p.m. review retrospective with Team B, and I'm not sure that he still have time for retrospective and review with Team Z. It looks like a small problem. We can solve it. How can we solve it? Let's change our unique agile scaling framework just a little bit. So let's try once again. What we can do differently this time? What would be our conclusions from first attempt? We need stable feature teams. Yeah, we need stable teams because switching context for this guy is too tough. A lot of meetings, developers start struggling that they do not have enough time to code, to work, to deliver something. And stakeholders and customers also struggling because nothing were delivered during the last 3 sprints by any team. So we've learned somehow that we need stable teams. And what do we mean under stable teams? We mean cross-functional, cross-component, stable and long-lived together teams. So now we stop sharing resources or sharing people between teams. And we hope that it will lead us to potentially shippable product increment after each iteration or each sprint in each team. Awesome. Let's try. Let's do this. Yeah? Okay. But we are a unique company. So we will build our own and unique agile framework, and I will present it for you just right now. Our feature teams could work on several sprints at a time. It's very recent example. I've started working with few clients in parallel, and each of them are using kind of this framework. So I was a bit surprised, but I'm really thankful for them because they were inspiration for this talk. And I do believe that we can help them to achieve better results quite soon and to understand how on the system level such a structure could affect their teams. But now let's be more focused on these slides and this talk because it's very abstract and nobody works like that, or somebody works. So now we have 3 products, this product owner, and 3 sprints. One sprint is for features because we want to make sure that we are delivering new features. Absolutely, yeah, we call this feature team because they should work on features. But at the same time, we need some technical stuff to be done because we have some technical debt from past. We need to work on architecture runaway. We need to investigate new frameworks, new tooling, and implement better engineering practices in our environment, in our product, to make sure that it will be stable for years and easy to support. So that's why we also have a technical sprint. And of course, some customers sometimes faced with bugs, and nobody like bugs and defects. And sometimes we need to make a really hot fixes just right now, just for yesterday. And that's why in our Jira or Jira or in our, I don't know, Team Foundation server or somewhere else where we will create 3 boards: feature sprint, technical sprint, and hotfix and defects sprint. And our 3 teams, we will just look for one. It should be enough to visualize the dynamic. And our one team should take tasks from 3 different boards to their own sprint board, but different tasks. And this is a challenge for each team. And one more problem, we faced with it quite soon after the new framework implementation. Our product owner is not capable to clarify technical stuff. It's hard for our product owner. He is not technical expert. He is not an architect. That's why now we need 2 more product owners: technical product owner and support product owner. So it's a head of customer success. She definitely knows the priorities and what is the most popular questions from our customers. And in each project, in each product, we have each kind of tasks: some technical tasks, some new feature, and some hot fixes, defects, and so on. Project or product B is really old one, and we are not developing new features in it. That's why you can see only red and green lines here. And Z and A products are still in development with new features, with new updates, but already had some problems with old defects that should be fixed hopefully soon. And now this picture, I do believe, become a little bit complicated, even for you, my friends, with all this storytelling and explanations. And what about our friend, this orange guy? But maybe we could hire another manager. It's time to invite delivery manager. And because someone should be responsible and accountable for delivery. On this picture, it's hard to find who is accountable, so let's hire this guy with beard. Yeah, and let's think again about orange friend. How this structure affects his productivity and motivation. Let's think for 30 seconds, and please share your thoughts in chat again. So how this structure affects productivity of this guy? Let's call it many parallel sprints per team. Too many meetings. It's from last time. Meeting zombie. Oh, it's very nice. Meeting zombie. Yeah. I like such stuff. Yeah, it's hard to focus, or he can focus. What do you mean, Brick? Can focus easily or how? Better. Yeah, better than it was. Yeah, I hope so. He should feel very excited. More managers, more meetings. Yeah, because we know that managers need meetings. It's like a food for them. Please feed me. Invite me to some meeting. More meetings, please. I'm joking, of course. I was there also. Yeah. Okay. So if nobody wants to add your penny, let's continue. Let's ask Orange guy. He has some thoughts and he's ready. Yeah. Oh, excuse me. It's just a Belgium Shepherd. So yeah, confusion on priorities. Thank you, Victoria. It may be difficult to have so many managers to report to. Yeah. Thank you, Nathan. Okay. So what he thinks? 4 main points. 4 main points. What should I do first today? So if I can see in to-do list red, green, blue tasks, what should I do first today? I've heard from product owner that red tasks are most important. So I want to be focused on red task. But just before lunchtime, technical product owner came into the room and asked me to do this stuff as soon as possible because we need to integrate with team A. But also on the next chair, on the next table, this support product owner is sitting, it's her workplace, and she said that thousands of customers already reported this during the last week, and they're expecting this hot fix as soon as possible. So what should I do first? Second, maybe they discuss it somewhere on kitchen during the coffee time or on smoking place. Who is my manager? So many managers. Who is my manager? And do I really need so many managers? Okay, it's not my job. And what is our sprint goal? I have so many sprints, so many backlogs, so many priorities. What is the goal? What is the purpose of all this stuff? I've heard something about customer centric, about more value to deliver when we started this transformation, so many excitements. But what is the goal? And who knows the answer? I've asked each of them, and each of them have different goals. Delivery manager told me that main goal is predictable delivery. So we start measuring everything in story points. And sometimes he asked me how many story points I've already done from my task. So it was estimated as 5. It's still in progress, but what is the remaining amount of story points? And I was a bit confused because I read some book about story points and there were nothing about man hours, but okay, let's leave it. My product owner, Red One, said that our main goal is to deliver another way to pay for our products, so a new payment system. And I want to be focused there. But the green technical product owner said that the main priority is to finish refactoring of payment system, old one. And I'm a bit confused. Okay. And who is accountable for product? Who is the one guy accountable for success of this product or not? Oh, no. Definitely we need to change something. Thanks God that in Scrum we have retrospective meetings. And maybe once upon a time some Scrum Master will help this orange guy to share his thoughts with everyone around. And we will be really open to change, open to feedback, and ready to change, because we have read some manifesto at the beginning, and ready to change is more important than just following plan. Yeah, and collaboration is more important than negotiation of previous contract. So let's try to collaborate and let's try once again. Do you ready? What was conclusions from previous step of our agile scaling transformation? We need one product owner and one sprint per future team. Oh, it's so obvious, really. If the team will have only one product owner, they know the person to ask about clarification, about priorities, about the goal for the sprint, or even goal of product goal. Oh, nice. Let's try. And if they will have only one sprint, so they do not need to switch between boards in Jira or other tool, they can be focused on one board. It's help to focus. Oh, let's try. So now each team has own product owner, own sprint, and product backlogs. Yeah, you can see we have product backlog A, product owner A, with linear priorities. They can take tasks to their board, sprint backlog, work in their own sprint. And let's imagine I've not enough fantasy to draw totally different teams. So now it's, yeah, fully distributed, long-lived, stable team. And now each guy works only in one team. So it's not the same team 3 times. Sorry for bad visualization. I definitely need to improve this slide. It's my bad. So it's different people now. Maybe they are siblings, I don't know. Maybe they're siblings. So each team, one product backlog, one product owner, one sprint, everything looks fine. Yeah or not? This question to you, my friends. What do you think about this new framework, this new structure? What advantages do we have? And what potential risks we still have, or risks? Because I've heard from yesterday retrospective that our orange guy from that team have some feedback. He has some feedback again, and he has some thoughts, and we need to discuss it soon. But I also want to listen your thoughts about this structure. Product backlog A, product backlog Z, product backlog B. Separate product owners. Ownership is clear. Okay, thank you. Ownership is clear. Nice. I propose to call this setup one PO per team. Risk, miss opportunity for knowledge transfer. Yeah, it's a huge risk really, because after 1 or 2 quarters, people from Scrum Team A will know really nothing about current state of code base and other stuff from product backlog Z. Yeah, so it's a pity. Which PO gets priority? Currently, each PO gets priority for his backlog, his or her, and it's quite clear. As Brick mentioned, ownership is clear. So product owner A has ownership of product backlog A and priorities for the sprint A. Sorry, 1 second. Okay, how about interaction dependencies between products and which PO gets priority? Okay, let's ask our friend from that team, our orange senior developer, once again. And this is his feedback. How many products are we developing? Is shopping cart is real independent product? I've heard that team A, they are working on shopping cart and they have product backlog for shopping cart of our e-commerce product. And their product owner is responsible and accountable for the development and delivery of new features to shopping cart. They have developed new UX, UI. They have a lot of great hypotheses about how to influence conversion of our customers. So some of them put a lot of products to shopping cart, but then not finished order, not paid money, and we can somehow increase the conversion. So they are doing great stuff, but if to compare, are these top 2 stories from backlog A more important than 10 and 11 story from backlog Z? Who can compare real value from 10th and 11th story from backlog Z with first and second from backlog A? Good question. And what if each of these product owners, A product owner, B product owner, Z product owner, are also working to follow and to achieve some KPI or OKR. So the OKR of product owner A to deliver the best ever shopping cart to our e-commerce products. Of product Z to deliver the best ever catalog with filtering, smart search, and smart proposals of products to buyer. Product B, some other KPIs. And what if we have some real unique skilled developers and each of them needs this guy to his or her Scrum team? How they will define who will get this product developer in his or her team? Some politics will affect the decision. Someone who has better connections on the top, someone with better budget at the beginning. So there are many different options, but I'm not sure that those product owners who have possibility to bring more value to clients will get this best developer to his or her team. So our system in such setup are still optimized not for the customer value and not systematically optimized for customer value, but it's really nicely locally optimized. So yeah, you're totally right, Brick, that each of these product owner has clear ownership and you can find clear priorities in these product backlogs. And finally, our developers from each team know who is product owner for them. But on a system level, if we are developing one big product with a lot of product areas, it's not for sure that during the next 2 weeks, all of our people will be focused on the main product goal, because some of them are able only to work with back office, for example, features. And for next half of year, we do not need a lot of stuff there. And they will be fixing old bugs, working on some refactoring stuff. So like doing painting walls in the house in which nobody will live for the next 2 years. And sometimes it's big waste for huge enterprises and nobody are counting monies there. So what to do? Maybe one day someone will summarize this for key stakeholders and they will say enough. Maybe let's revert everything back. Maybe let's work as it was before. So many problems with your agile. We have tried 3 different approaches, like with sharing people between teams to have a lot of product, small scrum for each project, and it doesn't work like it was expected. Then we try to scale approach in which we have stable teams and we are sharing projects between them in parallel, but it also has some bottlenecks. And now we create a setup with 1 PO per team, with 1 sprint, and it's again not the ideal solution. I'm ready to give up. And afterwards, they go back to this, to this senior developer in Orange and ask him, maybe you have some idea? You are so smart. Maybe you know something about Agile that we don't know yet? And he say, yeah, I have one idea. We should not revert everything back. Let's find a real product owner and stop scaling our complexity. Because when we are trying to copy paste one team and create many team like this, which was copy pasted, it doesn't work like expected. We need a real product owner, and real product owner, oh, sorry, not translated slide. A real product owner is responsible for prioritization and helping teams make clarification with users and customers. So it's not a middleman who is just asking users and then retelling story from users to teams. It's a top manager, it's a big boss who receives some requests, prioritize this request, and based on the prioritization, he or she knows which request should be clarified next week. And he or she could organize some event, some meeting for teams and users, customers, so that they can ask directly. And who is the real product owner in such organization or in such structure? Real product owner is kind of a mini CEO of the product. A real product owner is person with a vision, with one vision, aligned and received from many stakeholders. It's a person with market and customer analysis experience, understanding, data sets, and who is responsible for pricing also to make sure that we can receive back our investments. It's a person who works on channel development, new channels, mobile channels, new markets, new regions, for road mapping, for competitor analysis, and many, many other stuff. And for our new framework, I propose to take not one product owner per team, but take one product owner per product, and not to create one product backlog per one team, but create one product backlog for one product. It's more logical as for me. And if you will have one real product owner who is a real CEO with vision, strategy, budget, road mapping, clarification, stakeholders management, customer research, who has one product backlog for one product, one big product, and we have different kind of tasks there. Yes, some technical, some new features, some requests, some other ideas, maybe research, maybe A/B testing. This real product owner could prioritize and organize clarification meetings for Scrum A team, Scrum Team Z, Scrum Team B, and they will work in parallel sprints. And in the end, they can deliver the most valuable features during next 2 weeks. And each 2 weeks, they need to go to same room together and ask the product owner, what would be the most valuable stuff we can deliver for you during the next 2 weeks? And he or she, this real product owner, will propose the top priority features. They will decompose, split it, and try to deliver during the next sprint. That's how I see decomposing or descaling Agile in organizations. Instead of scaling up with copy-paste, just descale and find some suitable solution for working on the common goal together in one direction. Thank you for your attention. It was Artem Bykovets from Kyiv, Ukraine. Here's my contacts, and I'm finished just in time. And for me, it's a real surprise. Aina, I will give word to you.
And I see one question on chat from Joseph, but isn't this the premise of SAFe, divide by portfolio and program?
Thank you for question, Joseph. As you can see, I've tried not to name any framework because we have a lot of them. Yeah, DAD, SAFe, Nexus, Scrum of Scrum, Less, and some other custom frameworks like Spotify model, which are also such a popular to copy paste. But I do believe that to build your own framework for your organization is a good idea. But to build it, you need to start from designing new organizational structure which could support your original purpose and your goals of your organization. And if you are working on a lot of small independent products, then you can build some portfolio level and split it between product owners or managers, or run some program. And for me, it sounds very logical. And of course, you do not need to create everything from scratch. And there are a lot of good and best practices in existing frameworks. Even in SAFe, I do believe that there are a lot of them, such as PI planning, for example, or WSJF prioritization, altogether planning, PI planning, yeah, retrospective. So some good stuff there. Lean thinking, Kanban for some levels. Yeah, it could be good. But if we're talking about some really complex one product, now I'm talking about projects. You see, I'm a speaker at PMI community, and now projects are in my mouth for next few days. So yeah, I'm just joking, sorry. So yeah, if we're talking about one product and we want to achieve this adaptivity, yeah, as you voted before in menti.com. So what we're expecting from Agile, we're expecting adaptivity, which means we can easily pivot direction. So yesterday, we were working on the best ever catalog on our e-commerce product. But now we see the opportunity to develop application for smartwatch. We need smartwatch application as soon as possible, and VR application, because new devices from Facebook and from Sony and from HTC It's awesome devices, and we need new e-commerce platform for VR, so the person could go, because we are on quarantine and we are on lockdown, and people want to go for shopping. And if we will be the first one who will give them opportunity to go to the shop with these devices, wow! So maybe let's stop working on web. But we have a web product owner, and he or she are not interested to give her people to other product owners. And somehow they will propose better idea to make sure that their ideas are still on the top of the portfolio level, to get new budgets for next year and still be valuable player on this party, on this table. It's human being nature. That's why I do believe that if you can find some real product owner for your one product, and this person could be in charge of such decisions, and say like, okay, yeah, we have two awesome teams who were most times working on web projects and web technologies, but for next 5 months, we're ready to invest time to re-educate them, and we will need maybe some pair programming, maybe some mob programming. So yeah, I will support it, and no one can take them as a resources for another projects for this time, because we will be preparing a new army to go and win the battle. So this is what I'm trying to say. So there are no bad frameworks, There are no bad frameworks. Frameworks is just a tooling. It's like say that spoon is good and the fork is bad. No, each of them are good for and suitable for some purpose. So yeah, safe.
Thanks,
Portfolio
Artem.
and
I
program.
see Mo is raising his hand. Mo, you
Yeah,
can.
more.
Yes, yes. Thank you so much, Artem. Thank you for this user-friendly and understandable way of agile. I just have a question. I mean, by this strategy that we just went through, and given that we need to keep on receiving feedbacks, and we have amplified feedback loops with agile, so how product owner would be able to manage during the iteration, so during the sprint, we know that we have back and forth feedback loop. So how this person or this individual would be able to manage all these feedback loops and outcome of the different products of different teams to engage the customer and to again apply those prioritizations.
Yeah, you're absolutely right, Mo. Thank you for this question and feedback and statement. Absolutely, it could be not so easy. And maybe because of this new setup, this real product owner will be more focused on really strategical level and works more on contract, new channels, strategy vision. And because of circumstances, he or she should be a little bit gently pushed to delegate more responsibility and accountability inside the teams. And say, for example, if you see some blockers on your daily stand-up, just ping me. So I will be ready to answer, but I don't need to manage you. The product owner shouldn't be present on each daily scrum, because otherwise his or her calendar will be like this calendar of orange guy from previous slides. Yeah. So the product owner shouldn't be the only person who could answer the questions. The product owner should be the good person who can connect people and say like, okay, you have questions about this functionality? I will connect you with Jonathan. He is an expert with focus groups, and he will organize a meeting for you with our focus group from different states, and you could ask questions from real customers. But please be prepared for that meeting. You can prepare some mock-ups, or maybe some clickable mock-up, or some presentation, and propose them different solution, and look at their feedback, and maybe not start developing this feature because nobody need it, and you will invest less money, and there will be less waste in our system. So that's the approach. We move product owner to more strategic level, and teams are self-organized, self-managed according to new version of Scrum Guide. Okay, and Scrum Masters is somewhere near to support and coach them for grow in maturity and accountability and to mirror somehow sometimes. Because for me, Scrum Master and Agile Coach is the same. I believe that Agile Coach appears only because some company not use Scrum and they don't want to call this position Scrum. And in other regions, it appears because we need some differentiations in salaries, and someone who can or want earn more money than Scrum Masters call themselves Agile Coach, as me also. Yeah. So some Agile coach should coach the team, coach product owner how to go there. And we cannot implement such approach like one day, yeah, tomorrow we will work like that. No, it doesn't work like that. So it's a journey. It's a long journey. But for me, it's kind of a North Star. If you can see the North Star and you know the direction and everyone is aligned and everyone is committed, then we can try to go there. So that's my vision. Yeah, thank you for a great question. And we have also some hands raised. Yeah, let's give them a chance.
Yeah, let's do it quickly since we are almost out of time, but I see another hand. Just Preet, you can unmute yourself now.
Yeah, so I have a question. So we have similar situation at my organization. What happens is that we have IT development team which is shared among different projects. So there are different projects which are handled by the PMO, and there are different project managers assigned to those projects. And then the developer resources are shared with those projects. So same thing, like the orange guy, we have the tech lead who is always in the meetings and he always complains about that. Like you mentioned that there should be a single product owner with the long list of product backlog. We tried to do the same thing. So one person was assigned as like a product management. But the thing is that we are unsuccessful with that because there are conflicting priorities. So each product owner says, a project manager says that this is my priority. So the business needs this. So we are trying to handle this kind of situation. So what are your recommendations to improve this kind of process?
You just almost retell my talk, but in 1 minute, you know. So it's for me, it looks like that you are on the correct way. So you're just moving on this journey, and maybe now it's the next step in your evolution of your processes. What I could suggest really carefully, because I do not know much about your context, and making some consultancy, it will be very unprofessional and irresponsible from my side. So try to put these people in one room with the main guy, with the chairman of these guys, and ask them what is the purpose, what is the goal for next year on system level, not goal of each of them. So one main goal for all of us. Then ask them, and not show to anyone. Let it be like in the poker, you know. Then ask everyone in this room, guys, what is your personal goal for next year? Your personal goal, your personal goal. And then, like in poker, show up. Show your answers to each other. Bring more transparency to this process. Be a mirror for them. Show them that their priorities are different. And then you can coach them like, guys, how can you evaluate it from 0 to 10? 10, it's an awesome situation in this room. 0, we have some problems that we definitely must to solve as a top managers. How can you score this situation? Help them to see it, make it transparent, and help them to initiate and start discussion. And maybe they will find their own solution. I'm not sure that my solution is the best in the world. It's not my solution. It's just a collected experience from different companies and frameworks.
Yeah, looks like PMO director can play this role better.
Yes. Yes. And don't forget about product people.
Yeah.
Maybe marketing people, customer representatives. Put them together, one round table. And I wish you luck on this way.
Thank you very much. Thanks.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Thank you very, very much, Artem, for spending your Friday late evening with us. We very much appreciate it. We are running out of time, so guys, let's let Artem go. Thank you very much, Artem, again.